today I'm going to take a look at a Forex trading robot called Forex Pro Island. I've been watching this robot for a few weeks. When I first saw it, I thought it looked decent because I kind of liked the trader on YouTube that created the robot, but the more I looked at it, the worse it looked. And I think I mentioned it in a previous video when I reviewed another robot, GPS, that it looked like a shaky robot. So let me first have you look at my trading disclaimer. Trading is risky. You're probably going to lose your money. I'm not telling you to trade. I'm not giving you financial advice. Only trade with money that you expect to lose and are able to lose. Okay, so let's look at the Forex Island website. This is the Forex Pro Island website. Currently, it says that they've had so much demand that they've had to stop accepting new accounts. Now, my take on this is that it could be true, but it seems unlikely. More likely is that the robot is losing a lot of people money and they've shut down the site to stop selling the robot because it's such a loser, and maybe they're going to try to redesign the robot and re-release the robot. That would be my guess. However, could be true that they are having some sort of problem letting people download the robot. The robot does have some licensing system that would probably involve a call back to their server from the robot. So I suppose that if they had so many people buying the robot and calling their license server, that their license server could fail. But that seems like a less likely explanation than that the robot is just losing a lot of money and they want to try to revise the robot and re-release it. So we can't tell much right now, but I will tell you what the website was like before. The website was many pages of big claims about the robot. There was literally almost no real information about the robot given. They made claims like there was a section about how the robot works, and instead of telling you how the robot works or trades, all they told you was that it was cutting edge, innovative, super successful, lots of just hyperbole about how great the robot is. So everywhere they promised to tell you information, they didn't really tell you information. They just made a lot of claims about the robot. They also had a picture of a MyFX book account that had made some money, so it had an equity curve trending up. And when I looked at that picture, I tried to click on it, and instead of going to a live MyFX book account, it was just a picture of an account that had traded for, I think, a few weeks. So, of course, this is a great way to make a claim: is make a MyFX book account, trade it for a few weeks, maybe you get lucky and your robot does well and doesn't crash, take a picture of that, shut the account down, put the picture on your web page, and it looks like your robot is great for people who don't dig deeper. So anyway, the page had so many claims about how awesome this robot was. It said 90% of people, 90% of traders trade robots, and this is the most successful robot, and all you have to do is turn it on and wait for the money to roll in. Just lots of crazy claims about this robot, but no information about how it really trades, and no live FX book or FX Blue accounts or any other type of verification of the robot. So that was the robot. So I tried emailing support for the company to ask them for details on how the robot trades, and also to ask for a real live MyFX book link for the robot. And the first answer they gave me was that, well, the information's on our page. And I emailed them back and I said, no, it's not really on your page. There's not a link to any MyFX book account. And then they emailed me back, and I think their reply was that it will be updated, but of course it was never updated. So basically the support, and I could tell the person who was giving me the support was not the real creator of the robot. It was a support staff person who I really didn't seem to know trading at all to me. My impression was that they didn't know much. So that was my interaction with their support. If you want to look this robot up on YouTube, this fella here with the glasses is the guy who created it. And I kind of like his YouTube channel. Generally speaking, I kind of like his channel. I watch a few videos from him once in a while, and I was surprised that he came out with this robot. And when he first came out with it, I thought, oh, this is great. I'm glad this guy's come out with a robot. But then the more I looked at it, I realized there was no real information about the robot. So that made me start to doubt whether this robot could be any good, but I decided to watch it. I was able to find one MyFX book link about the robot. This is an account that somebody turned on a demo, turned on the robot, and I thought it looked pretty good, because when I watched it for the first maybe 2 trading weeks, it was gaining. It was up 15%, and I thought, oh, this looks pretty good. Let me keep watching. The robot, I think, cost about 270 euro, which would be maybe in the area of $300. I thought, let me watch it. Let me see what this robot does. I was really alarmed that there was no real information about the robot available, but it looked pretty good. From a results standpoint, just the equity curve. There are also other people like this fellow who are explaining about the robot, very enthused about the robot, trading the robot. This robot is great, I'm running it. So, it has a lot of people saying that they love the robot, or not a lot of people, but some on YouTube saying that they love the robot. So everything looked good. Not good. Everything looked good from a results standpoint. I liked the guy on YouTube, but the lack of information about the robot was troubling. And then the robot started to go into drawdown. So I was interested. Let me watch it in drawdown. And pretty soon you can see the robot wasn't closing trades, at least up until here. It just allowed the drawdown, which was at one point around a 23% drawdown. It just left the trades open. And finally, I don't know how the trades closed, but some trades were closed and it lost about 26%. Or from its high, it was up 20%, and now it's down to negative 26. So it lost about 46% when it closed those trades. But the drawdown continued, and it still wasn't closing the rest of the trades, and then I guess the guy shut this account down. So as you can see, its monthly gain was about negative 34.65%. If we look at how it trades, the summary is it was trading on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pairs, it looks like. It was holding its trades about 1 day on average. It looked like it had about a 1 to 2 profit to loss ratio, about 20 pips on its wins and about 44 pips on its loss, roughly a 1 to 2, a little more than 1, maybe a 1 to 2.5 or something. It was trading longs and shorts. And then if we look at how it trades, so let's look at its open trades here when it was shut down. You can see on cable here, pound USD, it opened to trade at 6 a.m., opened to trade at 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. So when you see this, they're all buy trades. You can immediately see or think this is probably a grid. It's just opening a trade or basket, maybe not a grid, but it's a basket. So it's opening a trade every hour on the dot. If we look at then how it's closing its trades, you can see it's closing a basket or a grid. Maybe not a true grid, but more like a basket, which I think we can call a grid essentially. Even though a grid would normally work on price lines on the chart, this is working on the basket theory, which is just continue to open trades until you get a profitable basket, then close it, I think. So if you look at how they're closing, let me see if I can find one for you. Let's see, how do I have this sorted? Okay. You can see that it's closing trades at the same time. So here it had 2 Aussie dollar trades that it opened, or 3 I guess, or 2 I'll say. So on the 24th it opened a trade at 9 a.m., opened a trade at 7 a.m. You'll notice it closed them both at 10:35 a.m. So both trades were closed at the same time. And you can see this continue. Here's Euro USD. It bought in at, let's see, 5 a.m., 5:10, 5:40, 7 o'clock, 8:05 on the Euro USD. So it was opening a series of basket of trades. and then it closed them all at 9:02 a.m. 9:02, 9:02, 9:02, 9:02, 9:02. So this tells you it's a grid or a basket because it's closing a lot of trades at the exact same time. It's trying to get the basket into profit and then closing. But what happens if the price goes the other way and you continue to open trades in the same direction, buy? What happens is you get drawdown like this. And that's how you crash out accounts, or it's one way you can crash out accounts. So it looks like this guy, this robot is trading basket or grid, probably better termed as a basket. And it's very vulnerable. It works great as long as the price doesn't go strongly against you and continue against you. But as soon as you get a trend in the wrong direction going against you, it starts this drawdown. And that is how accounts get blown, my friends, on Forex. So overall, let's look at the scorecard for this robot. I think we're ready to score it. From what I know, which is, admittedly, I don't own the robot, but from what I can observe. Does it use grid or averaging? Yes. Does it use martingale? No, I don't think it does, so I gave it a 10 there. Does it use basket trading? Yes, I gave it a 1 there. Does it use a stop loss? No, it does not. So if we look at these trades, there's no stop loss. Now, could there be a hidden stop loss? Maybe, I don't know. But I sort of doubt it. Well, I wouldn't say I doubt it. It's possible that it's there, but hidden stop losses are dangerous. So I gave it a 1 in this category. Average hold time is 1 day, so I gave it a 6. Monthly profit, it just loses, so I gave it a 1. Max drawdown is 50% plus, so I gave it a 2. Average drawdown, I don't know what it is, but it's high, so I gave it a 3. Overall opinion, it's a very dangerous grid, or I should say here, averaging or basket robot. We'll give it a 1. So most of its points come from average hold time and the fact that it doesn't use martingale. Minimum score is 30, max is 300. It got 82 out of 300. I certainly would not recommend this robot, my friends. So this is one way you can look at a robot. Definitely, I would say, at least I am always very cautious when I see a new robot. Don't leap in just because somebody on YouTube thinks it's great, or 2 or 3 people on YouTube think it's great. Do your due diligence, do your investigation, ask me to review it if you want to, but you're better off to hold off, I think, in general, and try to evaluate the robot before you leap in, buy the robot, and turn the robot live. This is a very dangerous robot, it seems to me. So hope this helps. If there's any robots you'd like to see reviewed, or coaches or indicators, I can try to accommodate if you let me know what they are. Thank you.